A man suspected of stealing identity online arrested. NPC confirms Gcash incident caused by phishing attacks. Ransomware attacks in PH jumped by 57.4% in 2022. New DLSU study sheds light on how Filipino youth experience cyberbullying. Police rescue 3 children from cybersex trafficking in back-to-back operations.
A 23-year-old man suspected of using the Facebook accounts of some relatives of a top-ranking Philippine National Police officer to solicit money from their social media friends. According to the victim, someone stole their belongings, including the family's tablet where there are 3 Facebook accounts that were logged in, the victim's husband, child, and the victim herself. After that, the suspect would ask for 100 to 300 pesos from all of the victim's friends and family members on their accounts. After the victim's mother told her the account was again being asked for money, the police apprehended the suspect and was caught in the act at a money remittance outlet. According to the police officer Guillermo, another person who is still at large is possibly involved in the same modus, so there will be more investigation. News is trying to get the defense of the suspect who will possibly face charges for illegal access and identity theft. The suspect may also face the complaint of robbery or theft if proven that they stole the tablet from the residence of the victims. Thus, the anti-cybercrime officer advises the public to never save their passwords on their gadget and to always log out.
The National Privacy Commission concluded that the unauthorized transactions involving several Gcash accounts were caused by phishing attacks and not security vulnerabilities with the mobile wallet provider. The investigation was initiated by the NPC's Complaints and Investigation Division on May 9 to find out whether there were compromised personal data and other potential data privacy-related violations. The NPC held a clarifactory meeting with G-Exchange, where the former raised its concerns and the latter provided additional information and proof of the conduct of an independent assessment. He assured that the NPC is committed to promoting a safe and secure digital environment and urged the public to remain vigilant against phishing attacks that will compromise personal information.
We will employ the full extent of our powers under the law to penalize those who violate the Data Privacy Act of 2012.
On May 9, Gcash announced a temporary downtime of their service after several users experienced unauthorized deductions in their accounts. Government agencies, including the NPC and the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, have since then initiated their own investigation into the incident.
Ransomware attacks in PH jumped into 57.4% in 2022. Cybersecurity company Palo Alto Networks report that incidents of ransomware, a malicious software that blocks access to a computer system demanding money to be paid to unlock it. The Philippines surged by 57.4% in 2022. 11 ransomware attacks were reported in the country last year, said the Unit 42 Ransomware and Extortion on report. Most of these cyber attacks targeted those in the manufacturing, professionals, and legal services sectors, and state and local governments. The Philippines is the fourth most attacks by ransomware groups in Southeast Asia in 2022, with incidents here accounting for 12% of total ransomware cases in the region.
Ransomware groups have been observed layering extortion techniques for greater impact, with the goal of applying more pressure on organizations to pay the ransom. Some of these tactics includes encryption, data theft, distributed denial of service or DDoS, and harassment.
A new study done by a research team from De La Salle University showed Filipino youth experiencing a wider range of bullying and harassment on social media. The report of how Filipino youth identify and act on bullying and harassment on social media was done over a 2-year period covering Metro Manila, Batangas, Negros Occidental, and Misamis Occidental. The research spotlights how Filipino aged from 15 to 24 describes cyberbullying and how it is manifested across many digital spaces. Based on the story narrated by the respondents, the study found 3 main dimensions used by young people to identify bullying and harassment online. This includes targets, acts, and spaces. One of the authors of the studies, John Bernandas of the DLSU Department of the Communication, explained targets as the aim of the bullying and harassment.
Bullying and harassment can be aimed at individuals. Beyond this, online posts, memes, and the like can also be aimed at groups like the queer community and ideas like believing in a particular political stance.
According to some authors, bullying and harassment can be done in many different ways, be it physically, mentally, socially, or even online. And some bullying can be concealed by jokes, teasing, and sarcasm over friends. These things can start in private chat, but it can escalate to the point that it happens openly on social media. To address the issue revealed through the study, the team will be launching a series of online videos of the youth along with downloadable posters of schools and guardians. The full report of the materials are available on DLSU's website.
Police rescued 3 children from cyber sex trafficking in back-to-back operation. In Cebu, supported 2 successful operations this week that brought 3 young girls to safety and led to arrest of a suspected trafficker. The suspect had offered to sexually abuse the girls aged 6, 9, and 11 to live stream the abuse for customers overseas to watch. She even boasted of having access to a handful of children who she could abuse for viewers online. Cybersex trafficking often victimizes young children. Customers located anywhere in the world can pay to watch and direct live sexual abuse of children over the internet. The crime is happening in secret across the Philippines, where children are abused in front of a webcam or camera of a smartphone. There has been little accountability for the traffickers, but this week's arrest is a sign of change and a safer future for vulnerable children in the Philippines. On April 23, Philippines law enforcement and social services entered the suspect's home in the small town of Cordova, located just outside of Metro Cebu. Officials arrested the Filipina woman, and IJM and the government social workers were there to bring the children out of the home and explain that they weren't in trouble, that they were safe. 2 young boys were also brought out of the home to assess whether they too were victims. Police executed a search warrant and collected evidence. Among the items found in her home were a flat-screen TV and several smartphones. The group quickly conducted a follow-up operation in Talisay City, traveling an hour to find and rescue the 3rd victim. The 3 girls are now safe in protective custody of the Philippines Social Services. Rescued victims of cybersex trafficking will need much care, including therapy, medical attention, and a safe place to live. The suspect was charged on Wednesday with human trafficking charges. IJM's lawyers in Cebu will support the prosecution to ensure that justice is secured for these children.
Our news reports all about cybercrime, but how to prevent or how to protect yourself against cybercrime. Given its prevalence, you may be wondering how to stop cybercrime. Here are some sensible tips to protect your computer and your personal data from cybercrime. 1. Keep software and operating system updated. Keeping your software and operating system up to date ensures that you benefit from the latest security patches to protect your computer. 2. Use antivirus software and keep it updated. Using antivirus or a comprehensive internet security solution like Kaspersky Total security is a smart way to protect your system from attacks. Antivirus software allows you to scan, detect, and remove threats before they become a problem. Having this protection in place helps to protect your computer and your data from cybercrime, giving you peace of mind. Keep your antivirus updated to receive the best level of protection. Number 3. Use strong passwords. Be sure to use strong passwords that people will not guess and do not record them anywhere. Or use a reputable password manager to generate strong passwords randomly to make this easier. Number 4. Never open attachments in spam emails. A classic way that computers get infected by malware attacks and other forms of cybercrime is via email attachments in spam emails. Never open an attachment from a sender you do not know. Number 5. Do not click on links in spam emails or untrusted websites. Another way of people become victims of cybercrime is by clicking links on spam emails or other messages or unfamiliar websites. Avoid doing this to stay safe online. Number 6. Do not give out personal information unless secure. Never give out personal data over the phone or via email unless you are completely sure the line is or email is secure. Make certain that you are speaking to the person you think you are. Number 7. Contact companies directly about suspicious requests. If you are asked for personal information or data from a company who has called you, hang up. Call them back using the number on their official website to ensure you are speaking to them and not a cybercriminal. Ideally, use a different phone because cybercriminals can hold the line open. When you think you've dialed, they can pretend from the bank or other organization that you are speaking to. Number 8. Be mindful of which website URLs you visit. Keep an eye on the URLs you are clicking on. Do they look legitimate? Avoid clicking on links with unfamiliar or URLs that look like spam. If your internet security product includes functionality to secure online transaction, ensure it is enabled before carrying out financial transaction online. Number 9. Keep an eye on your bank statements. Spotting that you have become a victim of cybercrime quickly is important. Keep an eye on your bank statements and query any unfamiliar transactions with the bank. The bank can investigate whether they are fraudulent. A good antivirus will protect you from the threat of cybercrime. Learn more about Kaspersky Total Security. That's all. Thank you.